Hello there, this is the Bookkeeping Master on YouTube. Welcome back to a Xero training video. In the previous video I showed you how to add suppliers onto Xero accounting software. In this video I'm going to show you how to record an invoice from suppliers. So how to record purchase invoices, how to post purchase invoices, supplier invoices on Xero. We go to contacts at the top of the screen here. If I click on all contacts, it will bring up all customers and suppliers that are on the software. If I go to customers or suppliers, it will just bring up customers or suppliers, depending on which one I click on. I'll click on suppliers, and let's find a supplier. Let's say we've received an invoice from Central Copiers, and I need to record that invoice. So I go to the Central Copiers account, and using this new button here, we have a drop-down list where we can record a bill. That's how we record a supplier invoice, a purchase invoice from this supplier. If we received a credit note, then I can click on bill, credit note. But we'll click on bill, and we're taken to a template that we simply just fill in using the details of the invoice we've received. So it's from Central Copiers. We put in the date of the invoice. Let's say it's the 25th of May. The due date is populated automatically depending on the default settings that are on this supplier's account. So if you have a supplier and you've put in 30 days as the default payment terms, then this due date will populate 30 days from the invoice date. That was covered in previous videos in this series. No default has been entered. No terms have been set with this supplier, so it's blank. So we're going to have to fill this in ourselves. Let's just say it's the 29th. The reference will be the invoice number, or the invoice reference. All the information you'll need to fill in this template will be on the actual invoice you received. We put in a description. So we put in a description here. The quantity we received, the price per quantity. The account is the expense account. It means the account on the chart of accounts, the nominal ledger. So let's say this was for advertising and marketing. The tax rate, if there is tax on the invoice, whatever tax rate we select will automatically be included against the net amount here and added on. So we have 20% tax. I put in a unit price of 500, so we have tax of 100, total of 600. If your invoice doesn't break down the tax and doesn't give you a gross and a net figure, then you can change the tax as inclusive, put in, say 500. The total, the gross, will then be 500, and it will break down that into net and gross at £83.33 or $83.33. So you can change whether the invoice is tax inclusive or tax exclusive in this drop down list. And also there's no VAT at all, no tax, no sales tax at all. There are a couple of extra columns here that I haven't filled in. Region and item. There may be even more columns showing on your Xero software. They're more advanced features of the software. They don't need to be filled out at this stage. And there will be a future video on my Xero training page on my website, all for free, that will cover those items. Once you've finished this basic course, you can go and watch those videos that cover the more advanced features of Xero. If we click approve, the invoice will then be saved onto the system and it will show on this supplier's account. So if we go to Central Copiers account now, the invoice that I've just recorded will show on this account. Here it is, 500. This is the reference that I put in and the date. So just to summarize, you find the supplier, so it could be ABC Furniture. You click on new, click on bill, fill in the details and click approve. The invoice will then be saved on the Xero software.